Welcome back, me hearties, to another episode of Get to Know Our Snake series. This is part 6 of the series, and it's all about Cale, our Arctic het coral hognose boy. We received Cale from JMG Reptile on February 21st of 2023 when he was around 5 months old. This is us unboxing him right here.
Always in a hurry.
That black belly. Cale was hatched on September 1st of 2022, making him a year old and 4 months at the time of making this video. When we first got Cale, he was small and nervous and only weighed 22 grams.
He's very camera shy.
That's right. Well, let me move the camera instead of you moving your hand. Today, he weighs 79 grams, and he definitely looks much bigger. At this size and age, he is technically considered sexually mature and ready to breed at this point, but we won't be breeding him or any of our other hognoses until 2025, when we've put our snakes through their first brumations with us, and they are at least 2 to 3 years of age. Boys typically range from 60 grams on the small side to around 130 grams on the larger side, though exceptions are of course a thing. My husband Dex would like to point out that he is a very good boy and has never mistaken fingers for food, unlike some of our other hoggies. Though he is currently fasting himself, possibly because he believes it's time for brumation. This isn't uncommon with hognoses. He will start eating again though when he feels ready. In the meantime, we'll keep an eye on his weight and ensure that he stays hydrated. A fasting snake is at bigger risk of dehydration because they aren't eating moisture-rich foods like mice, so he has a humid hide and we are checking his water bowl a few times a day. We've noticed he actually gets less substrate in his water bowl than some of our other hognoses too, so he's a rather polite hognose. Of course, like many other hognoses, he sometimes gets defensive when he's in his tub. But as long as he comes out of his own accord and doesn't feel threatened, he's typically very calm and curious, especially when he's actually being held. A little trick I've learned that helps with some hognoses, like Cale, not all hognoses mind you, is to very slowly and gently pet them on the lower half of their body, not too close to the tail, to let them know you're there, you're not going to hurt them, and it's time to be picked up now. For Cale, this actually works really well as long as I'm slow about it. When we do eventually breed him, we have very specific plans for his babies. We were originally going to pair him with Akima, our Conda dual het coral, and this was going to be sort of our budget-friendly lavender pairing. But there was only a 20% chance of acquiring visual lavenders, excluding corals, which are visual lavender and albino, and we've since acquired Jasmine, who is visual lavender instead of het lavender, and who is also redline and het albino. So now we'll likely pair Cale and Jasmine, which more than doubles our chances of getting visual lavenders, and they will also make moondust and coral babies. Like other hognoses that carry the lavender gene but aren't visually lavender, I've noticed that Cale still has some outward indications that he has lavender in him. Along his side, he has some pinkish blushing, and overall, in the right light especially, he has some green and pink hues that look very pretty. Cale is a handsome, polite hognose with a unique attitude and personality all his own. I love his pinkish tone, his curious eyes, and how he requires a patient approach to start off each interaction positively, which is how we prefer to do things. Every hognose we have, and we have a fair amount at this point, is an individual, and, like Cale, is a cherished part of the heart family. Cale and the other hognoses we have will truly be the founding snakes in the Hartscales Hognose breeding hobby, and we hope one day some of you might get to have some of his babies. In the meantime, I'll leave off with a couple more photos and videos of Cale to enjoy, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and acquire snakes. Bye-bye now.